If you are on the fence and are indecisive about running in minimalistic running shoes, I'm going to briefly outline an invaluable article that I came across, which I think will help pull you in the direction towards wanting to give minimalist running and barefoot running a try. I always like to share and highlight some minimalist running success stories to help remind you and reassure you that progress is always possible when you adopt a more minimalistic or barefoot lifestyle. This is why I'm really excited to talk about one particular success story, because it features an elite marathoner who became an elite marathoner thanks to barefoot running and minimalist running. The article is linked below in the description box and is incredibly insightful, informational, and inspiring, to say the least. And it is featured on the Running Center's website, which is operated by Dr. Mark Kukizela, who's a popular and renowned barefoot enthusiast and natural running advocate. The article is entitled "How I Became a Minimalist and Went from Average Runner to Elite Marathoner." The article featured Camille Herron, who is now a 2-hour, 37-minute marathoner, but she never used to be that fast when she ran in traditional footwear. Herron has pretty much the exact same story as many runners who switched over to barefoot running and minimalist running from running in traditional running shoes. Herron referred to herself as a hobby jogger, but was plagued with all kinds of injuries. And at that particular moment in her life, she truly believed she had no real escalating opportunities to improve her performance, as her orthotics and traditional footwear was a real barrier that restricted her from advancing in her running performance. She spoke in depth about how traditional running shoes caused her to endure endless cycles of running-related injuries, which included stress fractures. And because of her injury setbacks, she rarely had the ongoing opportunities to consistently train, since she spent more time on the sidelines nursing her running injuries. And of course, the more you are injured, the more your endurance capacity and performance gains may dwindle. Continuously rifled with complications, Herron realized that these external forms of support were actually contributing more to her injuries. She was consistently running into trouble, like most joggers who typically wear traditional running shoes. And since she had no luck with any prognosis, she came to a point where she knew she could no longer rely on standard conventional therapeutic approaches. So of course, it all comes back to the question, are motion control running shoes and orthotics really necessary to ensure injury-free running? Now, certainly there are many other variables that contribute to running-related injuries, but it is well known that positive results with respects to injury prevention outcomes are mixed when it comes to traditional running shoes. And that traditional running shoes certainly closes off a lot of the pathways that help strengthen the lower leg. Thus, what are the essential benefits to conventional and traditional running shoes? Rather, do these types of shoes contribute fully to injury by weakening your chances of developing stronger feet, stronger foot arches, and strong ankles? Ultimately, this is what sparked Herron's interest in barefoot and minimalist running, and she gave minimalist running a try and ended up with impressive outcomes, which you'll read about. In the article, she also gave insight on how she was very inspired by East African runners on the account of these runners spent the majority of their youth and teenage years running and walking barefoot, and even competing barefoot, which, being barefoot for so long during critical stages of development, is undoubtedly a central property that attributes to the East African runners' incredibly efficient running biomechanics and incredibly strong and durable lower legs. Most importantly, Herron gave valuable insight on how she transitioned from traditional footwear to building up running high mileage in minimalist running shoes. Overall, Herron is solid proof that barefoot-like running shoes can really undo the damage caused by traditional conventional running shoes, and that minimalist running shoes and barefoot running can certainly re-equip you by providing more immediate feedback at the feet, so you are in a much better position to effectively stop the inflow of bad mechanical habits and move more toward running more productively. This is why I think minimalist running as well as barefoot running are both still a worthwhile strategy if you are consistently struggling with running related injuries or grappling with muscle soreness and joint stiffness. I hope you find the article inspiring, uplifting, motivating, and very helpful like I did. To stay updated on the latest research regarding the health and performance benefits of minimalist running and barefoot running, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and please check out my blog, runforefoot.com, which I link below in the description box as well, for my reviews and recommendations on the most suitable barefoot-inspired footwear for forefoot running. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Have fun out there on the roads. Bye for now.